Evening all, Remarcus here, back again with another video. I know it's been a while, but we have ourselves a Quest 3. So the first Quest 3 video, it's in VR 180, so if you're watching this back in YouTube VR, DeoVR, or some sort of VR headset, you should be able to see this in 3D. So you should be able to kind of see this as if you're almost sitting there in front of me watching me do this video. And I've just literally picked this up. Not more than less than an hour ago, grabbed it from the delivery station. Quest 3, smaller box. The box is like literally half, if not smaller, the size of the original one. And there's a banana for scale. Put a little tape measure down there so you can kind of have a little sort of comparison. But yeah, you kind of barely think that it can fit inside the box. But I need to do a quick video unboxing and kind of initial impressions of the headset, because I do need to open my VR arcade. That's where I am at the moment, so you can kind of see my logo over there in the background where you can play some games. But let's quickly open this, shall we? So, nice little ring pull there. Ring pull, pull tab, whatever you want to call it. No cardboard slip. Oh, we've got one on the other side as well. So you've got one on both sides. Let's pull this open. Ooh, there isn't much on the back. There's nothing like about games or anything like they used to have before. I guess that it dates it a bit. I guess if the games are on it, they can swap and change. So there's a cardboard box on the inside there. And then we open it, and then literally there is the headset. So right in the middle there. I guess realistically, this is as big as the box really needs to be to fit the headset in. We've got our controllers without the tracking rings that we used to have. They feel pretty much like Quest 2 controllers, if you didn't know any better. Yeah, nice. Buttons are all kind of where you kind of expect them to be. A little bit of a pull thing there to kind of activate the battery, which I believe it comes with. And I think somebody was saying that it kind of has a little press thing now to release the battery door. So you press and slide, which is nice, because the battery doors were either super hard to get off on the Quest 2, or on the Quest 1, they'll just pop off all the time. So that's kind of a little bit of a compromise. So headset out there. Let's pop it right there in front of the camera. Ooh, it almost rolled off the table. So you can't, I know you can look like that. Obviously it was doing it wrong. Little box in here, we could pull this out. Let's move the cardboard box over to one side so we get rid of the rubbish. Inside this little cardboard box, what's the easiest way to open this? Oh, it's a slidey one. We've got ourselves a UK plug, so 3 prongs, USB-C on the one side. Do we know what kind of wattage this is? 18 watt charger, there you go, 18 watts. So nothing kind of crazy, but we didn't expect it to be fast charging. A USB-C to USB-C cable and some gubbins here for, yeah. Does anybody really read that? We'll put that down there. Let's get rid of that rubbish as well. Put that there. Here's the headset itself. That is pretty cool. They say obviously it's like slimmer, but not lighter. So my biggest issue with the Quest 2 was always that it was just too front heavy. It would actually give me neck ache. And I hated it. I'll be honest, I hardly used the Quest 2. I'd much prefer the Pico 4 because it had the battery in the back and that sort of thing. It was much more comfortable for me to wear. So I much preferred the Pico 4. But we do have now, like the Pico, we have the pancake lenses. Let's get rid of those little bits of film there. It's got kind of like a rubbery kind of inside there. So that kind of inner gasket area is all rubbery feeling. And then you've got kind of like a fabric-y kind of facial interface. And I think you can kind of just pull the little sort of tabs on the side here to kind of make it, ooh, I'll take measures running away, make it kind of spaces for glasses. Oh, it's already at the maximum there. So that's kind of interesting. So whereas before they used to have like a little sort of plastic ring you kind of put into the where the facial interface goes, now it's actually part of the interface that pulls forward and backwards, which, to be fair, is a better idea. The strap, the default strap, which I don't have on there, was kind of elasticy. That's a bit of a stretch to it. It's now got this kind of V shape at the back, and you pull it to kind of tighten it. Shall we give it a first wear? see what we think about it. As I say, I didn't like the Quest 2 all that much, although I did use it a fair bit. I just didn't like how kind of front heavy it was, and this kind of feels still very sort of front heavy, but it is a lot thinner. It's probably still about the same thickness if you kind of take the facial interface into consideration, maybe a little bit thinner, but we'll do a little quick comparison in a second. So you pop this on, we pull the little sort of V-straps on the back to tighten it. Suppose you have to kind of hook it over your ears because the strap just kind of comes straight over. And then we've got the top strap as well, just kind of give a little bit of extra support. Oh, that's nice and easy to pull through. Make sure you kind of pull the back down. A lot of people wear it too high. And to be fair, first impressions, without turning the headset on, it doesn't feel too bad. It actually does. Does it feel like it's pulling? No. I mean, you expect a little bit of weight. And I think it's because it's definitely kind of sitting closer to your face. Maybe the center of gravity is a little bit better, so it's not pulling on my neck. Obviously, I'm a big guy. So something pulling on my neck and give me neck ache isn't a good thing if it hurts me. We do have the IPD slider here on the bottom. So we kind of slide that back and forth, and it kind of moves the lenses further and closer apart. So obviously I'll turn this all on and charge it all up and give it a proper go and do another video on kind of actually how it works. Volume slider, you've got a little charging bit here as well for the dock that you can kind of rest it on. And then on the front there, you've got your two cameras, your tracking cameras, your RGB cameras, your depth sensor in the middle. On the side, you've still got two other cameras that seem to be a little bit further up on the side compared to the Quest, that maybe sort of help it. People are worried about kind of tracking as you go above over your head with the controllers. But I think the way that kind of Meta are doing it these days is they use just as much hand tracking, even when you've got the controllers in your hands, than they do just the controllers. So there's lots of prediction and stuff like that going on. So from what I've seen so far, it looks pretty good. You've got the audio in the strap again. I've always kind of been a fan of that. I quite like that. I don't like, things dangling off the side that could get broken or whatever, but it's always nice then you can obviously just plug in a headset if you want to, and then just have it over the top of the headset. Bluetooth headsets never really kind of worked that great. You used to have a bit of sort of latency to them. But overall, it feels nice. It looks nice. It looks very smart. I do like the way it looks. It is pretty cool. Do I wish it wasn't white? Yes. Do I wish it was black? Yes. But I guess white is Meta's color. It's the Apple color, isn't it? Everything has to be white these days. But there we go. Let's compare it. So this is the Pico headset. So with the straps on, let's move that strap out of the way a little bit, shall we? With the straps on, that's kind of the difference there. This has got the AMVR sort of facial padding on it. Maybe a better view from the other side, to be fair. There you go. Probably similar. I like the Pico 4. I really do rate it. The only thing I wish with the Pico 4 is it had better software, as in YouTube VR and other stuff to just play back videos and stuff like this from this sort of camera. So it is kind of lacking. Not so much the games. I mean, it's got lots of the games. It doesn't have a lot of other games. But this has got that on there. There we go. What do we think? Definitely kind of see the difference there, can't you? Wow. Let's turn it around. So this has got the boba strap on at the moment. I do like the boba strap. But I do find the Quest as well is very much kind of looking through kind of binoculars. It is a very sort of small field of view, in my opinion. Nice clear image. And obviously the games and the software that you can get for it are amazing. But I do like the pancake lenses, the bigger field of view. That you can almost look around with your eyes, which you can't do with the Quest. And obviously we use the index back here, and that's got quite a nice field of view as well. So when you kind of go to the Quest, you kind of very much feel like you're kind of looking like this, whereas the pancake lenses are a bit more like this, if that kind of makes sense. But there we go. That's my kind of first initial sort of unboxing. I wanted to kind of crack something out. I will do many more videos on this. VR 180 is probably the avenue I want to go down. I'll do more VR 180 videos of games. So if anybody's got any games or anything they want to kind of let me know about, they want me to check out, let me know. The little straps are quite nice. I do like the idea of no kind of rings. The only trouble I kind of think is always could you catch the the joystick on your clothes and pull it off, but because that's an issue we have sometimes with the Index, if people are swinging around and catch the, oh, I just did it, catch the joystick and rip it off, but hopefully it'll be okay. I guess once your thumb's on there, you obviously are kind of covering it, so maybe for the most part it's fine. And obviously less things to hit and less things to break, so I'm sure there was lots of broken controllers. Let's have a little look quickly against the controllers here. That's the Pico controllers. They are cool. I do like the Pico controllers. They do feel nice in your hand. I do like the kind of the unique looking ring as well. And then if we go over here, we've got the original ones. Kind of feels very much the same really in the hand. Kind of the shape of it sort of thing. It probably is technically a little bit smaller maybe. It's hard to really tell exactly, but I would say pretty much the same. If you didn't know, you would think they were the same controller. Like once you got the headset on, you're probably not going to know the difference. But it'd be interesting to kind of see how these track and how they go forward. And for me, I do a lot more PC VR than I do sort of standalone VR. So I'm looking forward to checking out the new kind of virtual desktop and that sort of thing that goes with it. Well, not that goes with it, but that can use with it. So far, charging port on there. Head straps come off like before. There we go. Still got the sort of port on there. Interestingly enough, I think the power obviously rotates with the head strap there, the port, if you know what I mean. So that's an interesting thing. Hopefully not something that will fail, but pop back on again nice and easy. Yeah, not too bad. Obviously, so for now, I've only got the default strap, so we'll give this a good go, see what it's like. But let me know what you think of this video. Let me know what you think about the VR 180 videos. If this is the sort of thing you want to see more of. Does this sit on the top of my head comfortably? Oh yeah, it does actually. Yeah, it's quite nice. Maybe I should wear this as a fashion accessory, help cover up my receding hairline. But as I say, yeah, let me know what you think about VR 180 videos. Do you want to see more? I'm doing all sorts of things. Depending on what's going on, I'll kind of do a little sort of, you've probably seen it already, picture of what's going on the table in front of me, so you can have a little bit of a closer look with a little bit more detail on a camera that's a little bit more higher quality for the shot that it's doing. But let me know what sort of ideas you got, what sort of things you want. Are you getting a Quest 3? What do you think about it? Obviously, I haven't even turned this on yet, so it might be terrible, might be rubbish. I don't think it's going to be rubbish. I think it's probably going to be decent. But let me know. Hopefully you enjoyed that video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If not, give it a thumbs down. That's fine. I'm big enough and ugly enough to take it. But hopefully you look after yourselves, and I'll see you guys soon. Have a virtual high five.